Firstly, I'd like to ask, hands up if you're bigots.
Behind me here is the old Birmingham Town Hall. We're going in there today because a meeting is being held on the fringes of the Conservative Conference by a group called the Coalition for Marriage. It's opposing attempts to give same-sex marriage the same status in every way, which the coalition, David Cameron as well as Nick Clegg, is proposing. And of course, outside the building, there'll be a protest against the protest inside.
These people are bigots through and through. Anne Widdecombe and Lord Carey both support or are associated with gay cures. They think that we're sick in the head.
The law defines marriage because a central purpose of marriage is to produce offspring, and biologically, one boy plus one girl is the recipe for more boys and girls.
Well, this is my daughter, and she's a lesbian, so I'm here.
I nearly asked if you two were an item, and I thought, shut up, Mike.
No, she's my daughter, and she's a lesbian. She's very passionate about the issue she's into, and I fully support her. I'm here to support her today.
We didn't ask for this fight, but since the government is determined to redefine marriage, we have no choice but to respond.
We're not saying everyone should get married to someone of the same gender.
And we're not saying let's have massive Catholic churches full of gay marriages, because I don't think they'd be massively keen on that.
You only have to get married if you want. We want the ability to be able to.
You know, the word plunder is not a word we often hear these days. It suggests being robbed, or that of your home possessions being ransacked. And this is how many of us feel about the coalition attempt to extend marriage to those in civil partnerships.
Everything when it comes to rights is about helping the minority of people. If you think about how every building is meant to have a disability ramp to help everyone in, not everyone needs it. We're not forcing everyone to use the ramp. We're making it so that everyone has options.
Consider the position of an NHS chaplain who is also a vicar. And he preaches in his own parish that marriage is only possible between a man and a woman. He can actually be sacked as an NHS chaplain.
But it's interesting, you get the impression of the audience as it comes out here, very middle-aged, middle-class, even elderly, very white by and large, although there are a few black faces here, probably from religious churches. Very divisive issue in the Church of England, of course. Let's see if we can catch a few people. What did you think of that? What you expected?
I thought it was fantastic.
Who did you like best?
Anne.
She's a very good speaker, isn't she? And when people say your position is inherently bigoted, how do you answer that?
I'm sad because I feel it's unhelpful, because I don't believe I'm a bigot. I believe I try to appreciate the views of other people and then differ with it in a balanced way, and simply say, if somebody says I'm a bigot because I simply say, well I have a view, you don't share that view, well we all have different views in the society. I believe marriage is quite distinctive, and just as a matter of basic biology, it's different.
Most of the people here are middle-aged, even elderly. You're a young person. You're a young person too. What are you doing here? What's brought you here on a wet Monday in Birmingham?
Well, I support equal marriage. I'm a big supporter of equal marriage. And
so you're a minority in there?
I was very much a minority, but you know...
so I picked the wrong side. Oh, okay. So what did you think of the other side's argument?
I think it's sad that so much of it is based on scaremongering.
Example?
And, there's the slippery slope stuff, that it's going to devalue marriage, that it's going to lead to things like, polygamy, three-way marriages, that type of thing.
Once we've moved away from the solid ground of marriage, earth, in the time-honoured relationship of a man and woman in a loving relationship open to procreation, we can be sure that the result will not strengthen the life of society or will not greatly help the life chances of children.
We've seen society decaying. We've seen the institution of the family decaying. So many children now are born out of wedlock, so many children are in poverty. We have to recognise that undermining the basic building block of society is going to have its effect. in undermining the country. Marriage and family is the basis of society. If we fail to uphold marriage between a man and a woman, we will fail to protect our country as it continues to decay.
Right, well that was a lively hour on both sides, wasn't it? Lots of accusations of bigotry thrown in both directions, a lot of bad tempers, a lot of tense feelings. It's a divisive issue. People on both sides feel strongly about it. Sometimes you have to be brave and take these issues on, push them through. Not sure quite this is one of them in 2012 when there's a lot of other things on the government's plate.